Hi, this is Jens from UMAGE. Today I want to show you how to assemble and install our new product Asteria Micro. Let's have a look at the parts. When you're buying the Asteria Micro, it is possible to just install it as a single pendant lamp, but if you want to install multiple lamps, we advise that you purchase our Asteria Micro cluster, which is one canopy that has 3 points where you can hang the Asteria Micros from, and you will put all the electronic components into that one canopy, so it will be a more overall consistent looking product. So let's start by simply unboxing the Asteria Micro. And in here we have user guides and the product itself. So let's put the gift box aside. Just remove this small plastic grommet and move down the brass top and turn this into the products. So that's basically all there is to it. Now the lamp is ready. Next step is to prepare the canopy for installation. Remove these small screws here on the side. There's one on each side. That's for the mountain bracket here. There we go. Keep this for later. So after removing the mountain bracket, you'll notice that this electronic converter, power converter here, is actually loose. That's because if you purchase the Asteria cluster, you will need to disconnect this and put into this canopy instead. I'll show this later. But for now, let's say that we only want to install this one. Well, simply remove the plastic strip here from the sticker and place into the products, like so. Just press a bit down here so it's nice and firm. And tuck in this wire with the red and the black cord here. Next step is to install the mountain bracket onto your desired location. So start by marking out 2 holes and then of course take 2 screws and with an electric drill screw in these 2 screws. Of course, it depends if your ceiling is made of wood or if there's a more soft material in between, then of course you need to add some raw plugs. Next step is to locate where your external power source will come from into the canopy. If you have your canopy here with your mountain bracket and the power source is directly above that, well then it's a simple situation where you just have to add the power source into the canopy and that's it. Then after that, of course, add the canopy to the mountain bracket up here in the ceiling and put in the screws. However, if the power source is outside from the canopy, you need to bend down this flap here so the power source can run through here. For that you will also need a small rubber grommet that comes with the product. This is just to prevent the wire from getting scratched, and run the wire through that, like so. Next step is quite simple. The white terminal here is for the power source. Always put it in here. Next, put the blue wire in N and the other one in L. You simply just press down and put them in and release. So make sure it's a tight fit and that you can't pull the wire back out. The final step is to install the canopy to the mountain brackets up in your ceiling that you already installed beforehand. Simply match up the diameter here so the bracket's silver side will go inside the canopy. Make sure that this wire is tucked away and everything else is tucked away so they don't interfere with the fitting. We'll try our best that we can. And simply move the canopy up, hold it with your hands, and add the 2 screws with a screwdriver. Now, if you want to height adjust the cord to the pendant, first take out the canopy from the top bracket up in your ceiling, and then you'll notice that there's this rubber grommet with the hole that the cord goes into the canopy in. You can simply just push this back, and then you'll note that it starts coming out inside the canopy. When it gets a bit up, you can just take your finger inside the canopy and just pull. So this rubber grommet also functions kind of as a friction stopper. So you can pretty much adjust the wire as you want, and then afterwards open the restrainer bracket here and pull back so the wire will be snug and hold back from falling down again. So open the restrainer bracket here just a bit, don't take the screws all the way out, and gently pull the cord through here so you will restrain the cord from falling down again. When you're finished, close the restraining bracket again. That will prevent it from falling. Then take the extra cord that you just pulled in and try to tuck it in here to the canopy. Now I want to talk about the Asteria Micro cluster. So the Asteria Micro cluster is basically a canopy with 3 entries that you can mount the Asteria Micros to. But in order to do that, you need to remove the cord and the converter for the power and put into the cluster here. So first of all, take out the metal brackets, take your canopy down from the ceiling, and in here you have the restrainer bracket. We need to remove this. And we need to remove it all the way this time. Next, take the wire here with the red and the black and take the disconnector and take the connection point here and remove that. Simply press down and pull. Next, take the other end of the power converter and remove this plug by just pulling. There we go. And then gently lift out the power converter and put it here. Next, we need to remove the cord for the Asteria Micro. There's this little rubber grommet here. You can pull it out with your fingers, and that will create a hole that is large enough for the connection to go through. There we go. Now we have separated the canopy from our Asteria Micro, and we're ready to install it onto the Asteria Micro cluster. Located inside the canopy is a bag. This bag contains 3 mounting points made in plastic. So these are quite nice. These you can place wherever you want, and this is the hanging point for your lamp. Next, take a look inside the canopy here. We have the mounting bracket. It's a bigger version of the one we had before. To remove the mounting bracket, twist it and lift it out, like so. And in here, you'll note that there's this adapter that has 3 ends. And this is for connecting the power converter here to these. So start by adding all 3 power connectors. Next, take this metal flap and bend it down. And add this little plastic piece here. Then take a screwdriver and punch through, so you will remove this plate that is placed there for protection. There we go. So now you have an entry point for the cable. Next, remove the restraining plate here. And insert the cable and refit the restraining bracket. And then put the connection back into place to the power converter. You do this 3 times, so placing power converters like so, and adding the plastic cap, and put in the restraining bracket for the wire. Then find the spot where you want to hang your Asteria Micro from, and add this as shown, so it hangs from this, and that will lead to here. When installing the power, please do the same process as I showed with the Asteria single. So you put it in here and always here. Never unplug anything and manipulate the wires. Always put an external power source into here only. Otherwise you might compromise the quality of the LEDs. When you have installed all the power converters and attached all the Asteria Micros, simply install your mounting bracket to your ceiling and take the screws and just turn them a bit out so there's enough space. Then take your canopy, move it up and match the holes here with the carving, and then twist it. Once it's twisted, simply turn it in. Use a flathead screwdriver just so it becomes nice and tight. There we go. And of course, when you have to adjust the heights, that very much depends where you placed these in relation to the canopy. But it's the same process as I showed with the single Asteria Micro, that you have to unrestrain the restraining bracket and then pull in the wire and tuck it down into the canopy. So that's it for now. Feel free to contact us on info@umage.com if you have any further questions, and we'll be happy to answer them.